The sun's sure burning bright today. What amazing beach weather. It's like they say, you've got to take a break or you just might break. We're no exception. Am I just imagining things? Or is everyone staring at me?
Damn right they are. Who the hell carries such a huge bowl to a beach? Come on. You know what, Lilah? To get things off your mind, why don't we play a little game? How about we play a staring contest?
Yeah!
Alright? 3, 2, 1, and go!
Oh, my bikini! Hey, my eyes are up here. I won!
Now wait a minute. How is that fair? Anyways, let's not forget about our YouTube viewers over here. And today we are gonna do a video about you, Swimsuit Lilah.
Sure.
Alright, boys and girls, let's look at Lilah's vital stats.
That's awfully nice
Oh,
of
no.
you.
I mean, stats that are vital.
Sure.
Why don't you head on and play with the other girls over there?
Yeah!
Okay, she's gone. Okay, look at her stats. To put this in perspective, she has higher MP, HP, and intelligence, INT, compared to original Lilah. Okay, the rest of the stats, she's slightly weaker than original Lilah, but not by much. And in comparison to Zeke's, she has higher stats in every aspect except defense, which Zeke's has 15 more defense than her. Stats wise, she's pretty decent. Her attribute resistances. Oh yeah, one more thing. She has the highest INT in the whole game right now. Okay, so let's move on to attribute resistances. As you can see, her resistances are different from her original form. She has increased resistance with fire and ice, while being weak, really weak to thunder. Slight resistance against light and slightly weak against dark. So comparatively to OG Lilah, she has pretty weak resistances against almost all elements, except dark and neutral against light, I guess. So resistances wise, do be careful that she is weak against thunder, and you can see from the trait, right? She has Hydro Shell at the very beginning of every round. So Hydro Shell does not defend against Thunder Element 2. So further putting Thunder Element as a really strong weakness of hers. And next we're gonna look at ailment resistances. Resistant against poison, not that important. Illness is decent. Weak against stun, right? So this is the part that she is the same as OG Lilah. She's both of them are weak against stun, which is quite a big status effect, because getting stunned would mean if she's a healer, she can't heal, she can't cure herself, she can't do anything, she can't support your team anymore. And being a mage, not so much of a problem, because if she's a mage, you might have a support unit that can cure it off. And usually mages are further away from the fray. But of course, if you want her to be working as a AI, that means controlled by AI, it will be good if she can just constantly be casting and not get stunned. Alright, let's move on to her abilities. Right, Mercury Roll. So that's the first skill. I'm going to talk about her basic attack first. So her basic attack is STR base. Okay, she has a pretty weak STR in her stats, as you can see. Her STR is only 652, so it's pretty low. OG Lilah is almost 700, I think. But probably you wouldn't want to build her STRs anyways. Okay, and there's neutral element on her auto attack. While The other skills, all the 4 skills here you're gonna see are all ice based, okay? All ice based, and most of them skills with INT. So the first skill, we can talk about Mercury Road. So Mercury Road casts a long range ice combo attack in a medium area, right? So it has the dolphins, the one with the dolphins coming up. It's a pretty good skill. It pushes back opponents, and it is ice with 10 SCT, so pretty low SCT, pretty decent. And second skill, long range ice combo linear attack would draw enemy close to the user. It also has a side pushback after pulling a little bit. So for this is 18 SCT. Okay, so it's also pretty cheap in terms of SCT cost wise. This one, do take note, is STR plus percentage INT as the damage multiplier. So this one has STR plus percentage INT, right? So potentially it might be able to do more damage. Not exactly sure on the damage formulas there, but in terms of this, do take note. So the third skill is also ice, and it's 28 SCT. So Summer Tears, this is a pretty good skill. It's a long range attack, so basically she doesn't have to walk near like original Lilah. She has to walk near for the air star rate, right? That is pretty irritating for me, that she keeps on having to move closer to the opponents. So this one is a long range one, so she can cast it, and it's like a geyser. So that geyser itself will have a chance to reduce movement speed, right? Gives a movement speed debuff and like a -2 movement speed debuff for 40 seconds with opponents, 20% chance for that. So it's 28 SCT, not that high, so it's also pretty spammable in a sense. Okay, and the last skill being her ultimate, 4400 SCT, decent, and regen. Okay, the key point is that it deals damage. Okay, it's a wide area, it's not full screen, it's a wide area, but the key point is her regen. Okay, so this regen works slightly different from the original Lilah. Original Lilah gives an instant 40 MP buff at max level. However, for SS Lilah, this one gives a regen buff, MP regen buff. Okay, so what it does is that at level 5, it gives 10 MP per 6 seconds for 40 seconds. So in terms of that, you can have the MP boost for 6 times. So it's 6 times 10, 60 MP. Alright, so you can get 60 MP over the span of 40 seconds. It's not a burst like original Lilah, but it does give you more. Decent for long flights comparatively, because long fights you'll be able to fully maximize this 60 MP. For short fights is not as good, because you might just win the fight while the buff is still on. Yep, you're gonna waste the ultimate in that sense. Next, we're gonna move on to the traits. Alright, the traits are the ones that are interesting. The Summer Carnival, right? Able to perform critical ice magic attack. So all her magic on ice is gonna crit. And all magic damage, critical damage plus 50%. Okay, so this is what makes her a lot different from all the other mages. She's gonna get additional critical damage. Okay, so what it literally says is that if you're gonna run crit, she's gonna be doing better with crit. So most mages right now, I feel, they don't run crit, or they find it very difficult to run crit, because crit itself has very high cost. You need 15 SC to put on critical 1, 2, and 3, and you need to cast a buff of critical on yourself to make it to 30. The good thing is that for Swimsuit Lilah, she has 4% inert crit, so that's 34%, making all her hits 1 in 3 will crit. So if there's 20 hits, 21 hits, it's 7 hits will crit. Finally, we can have a mage that utilizes on crit effectively, and of course it will save you 7 FC, I think, on ice critical. And okay, let's talk about the second skill, which is second trait, which is the simpler one, Hydro Shell. So Hydro Shell gives you the buff. I mean, you guys can read on the description that I'm gonna put on screen. Okay, so right now, after talking about this, we are gonna talk about potential builds on her. I'm not gonna go into full details on that. I'm just gonna go around some of the vital things to take note. Okay, so first up, we're gonna have the very basic mage build, right? So pure mage build. I feel that SS Lilah can be the best farmer in game, given that if you're gonna wear this arc on her, Divine Beast Low Mecha, which is gonna give all attribute magic attacks have a chance to dealing critical damage. So naturally it unlocks all critical possibilities for all elements. Okay, oh, it's 6 SE, sorry, 6 SE for critical skills. So what's gonna happen is that if you wear this arc on her, she can literally farm on any stage. Any stage you put on you can slap on any element on her. You can just put her all the rays in terms of whatever elements that you need to buff that certain element to farm certain stages. So she can also be very versatile in tower, because moving up in terms of the floors, getting more difficult, you might want a few elements on your mage, and you might also want maybe 1 or 2 elements, but being very strong, that you can finally run crits on all your elements and get a lot of value out of it. Okay, so this is basically I'm gonna put out some skills that I feel are good on her in terms of building her as a mage. Okay, and there will be another video that I go in depth into builds. Okay, do check out my next video. And let's carry on. Right, the second one will be support mage. Right, support mage is in between being a mage and having support. Why do I say that she can do support? It's because of her skills right here. She has Cure All and Resurrection, literally the two most important skills that and must-haves in terms of all towers. Resurrection, you know, if you run a healer and then you run, and then this is her, you run her as a mage, right? And then you have another healer. She can technically be a support, so she can still cast Cure if your healer is being stunned, and then she can heal. She can cure your healer so that your healer can get back to doing her shit, right? And Resurrection is also a pretty good thing. If you have your healer dead, you can resurrect your healer, so you don't have to restart the match. So these are really good skills to have on, like, innately on a mage. You know, I tend to want to put these on my mage, but it costs so much, 6 and 5, right? So it's pretty costly. It's 11 SC saved already, right? Okay, so all other skills, Diamond Dust, basically ice, and ice boost, ice attack raise, high level magic chant. So do take note that she doesn't have immovable object, so you're gonna have to put immovable object on her. And backfire, all this is just stuff that can potentially add. This is a good farming skill, so when she's farming, she can have higher int when she's full HP. And of course, not to forget mentioning, right, that when you're gonna play her as crit, right, most likely you're gonna put proc force on her, so she can be a sustained mage, and you can put on, I mean, Moonlight will work pretty well, because while she's time stopping, right, she can get up to maximum HP, so as she will do more damage at that point. So I think it's a pretty good synergy there in terms of a kit. The last one, which is healing. Okay, so healing. Can she technically be a healer, right? Or can she even heal better than Lilah or any other healers out there? I think that it is arguably possible. And why do I say that? Not to mention that she has these 2 skills, and what you need to technically put on her are like debuffs and whatnot, which are the same as all the other units. God heal, or you can even put Stardust heal. Okay, listen guys, you can put only Stardust heal as her only heal. Why? Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. because of this item that I had for the longest time, but I've never really fully utilized it. It's called Godly Staff of the Apocalypse. Okay, I think it's called that, Godly Staff. Yeah, it's a Out-Eater reward from March of the Saints. Okay, so what it does is criticals will occur when using healing magic. Warning, that stuff itself, right? When equipped on SS Lilah, what she can do is that she can start to crit on her heals. So when she crit on her heals, she gets 50% from this. Magic critical damage plus 50%. Okay, this is something that I done some tests and I'm pretty sure that it does crit. If you're gonna make her Stardust Heal crit, right, that is gonna be huge because technically speaking she can use it. It's double the efficiency because with the 50% you're gonna put, like, if you put aim vitals and with inert critical base, it can potentially reach like 100% more healing. So that is pretty huge, man, because you can save a lot of SC, and she can technically be a really good spammer of just using Stardust Heal. You don't have to use God Heal. That saves 8 SC of your SS Lilah's skill cost, right? So that is the interesting part that I find about her, and we will definitely be doing more videos about her. Maybe I'll do a video on the comparisons of her and Zekas, and maybe her and Lilah. Well, stay tuned, guys.